Hello and welcome to the Every Other Saturday podcast for a brand new episode this week where it's season defining, as the title says. It speaks for itself this week. Rangers are in a really strong position, hopefully, to get two massive results over the line. And it could be a platform that really catapults our season into more success, you would hope. So we'll talk about, firstly, obviously, the Dundee game that just went by us on Saturday. And then we'll preview the two games, obviously, coming up on Thursday and Sunday. So aye, it's huge. It's as big as it gets for Rangers. It's probably the biggest game we'll play all season on Sunday, for the fact that
Mm.
what will come with the added boost, the team getting that monkey off the back of winning something, the fact that we can rely on a team hopefully to go and win something. Philippe Clement, again getting a piece of silverware under his belt, short into his reign would be massive as well. But aye, we'll talk about it. We'll go on to it. If you do like the podcast, you could like, subscribe, and share. Always appreciated. Firstly, we're going to the Dundee game as Todd Cantwell celebrating. I think that was after Dessers' goal. And then he gets subbed at half time. Not for his own fault this time, just for the fact that we have no midfielders and we need to literally put him in cotton wool so we actually have somebody else to play. I know obviously you didn't see the Dundee game live, but um, I mean it was some of the best stuff we'd played in the opening half of the game. I thought we'd done really well. 3-1 up, obviously good response for going one behind. I think the problem is the goal that we lose is again a set piece. We're not dealing with it, and there's a tap in at the back post, which is annoying. But the reaction for that's great. Desser's great finish into the top corner. Tavernier gets the penalty, tucks it away well, and obviously Abdelassima again on the score sheet with a great header for a corner. I think that was the most surprising thing for me was the fact that we actually scored for a corner.
Well, either that or Dessler's getting an alright goal. I know, as you say, I seen the highlights back, mate. And also the goal we can see that's the set piece. That's a worry going into Sunday for me. Just that kind of goal that we can see there. But I know Adama Sima again doing the business. Also, I said last week on the podcast that I'm only really Butland and McCausland, but I tell you what, Sima, if you could get him permanent, that'd make it number three. Three amigos there. But I massive save for Butland as well. With one of the chances obviously Dundee had, boy just seems to just dribble right past everything and get a chance. I don't know how Butland saved that at all. But what I've seen for the highlights, mate, it looked pretty decent. And Dessers, as you say, getting a no bad goal, mate.
Nah, it was kind of routine in the first half. I mean, to get back into the game and go 3-1 up should have been four. Cantwell should have had that fourth goal. I don't think they even showed it on the highlights package. I just watched it before we came on and done this here. Foul in the build up. Kevin Clancy doesn't allow the play to kind of flow and then let VAR decide what's the issue. He blows for it and pulls the game back. And Cantwell scores a great goal to set us 4-1 up, and that was unfair. I think the manager spoke about it after the game as well, and don't think that was refereed right. And you could go on all day talking about Kevin Clancy, but I think aye, best nutty. Obviously, the red card is also a big moment. Cifuentes, we've just learned that the Rangers have appealed that. I think we knew they would have to. If you're going to lose Cifuentes for a couple of games after the final, you need to have him there for the final. With the numbers we have, we can't afford to have anybody really missing now that's fit to play. So that's appealed. I believe he can then slot into the squad on Sunday, which is great. But I think if it gets the appeal gets rejected, he'll miss 3 games after that or something. So gives time for players to hopefully get back. And I don't think it will be overturned looking back at it. I think it's maybe just the way that referees look at things up here. I can't see it getting overturned.
No, I'm on the same page as you, but as I say, this is why the January window coming around the corner, we need to bring in a couple of midfielders. That's really the area where if we're going to hang, obviously we want Shankman in as well, but we're desperate in that part for players to come in, man.
Aye, and then that was the team that obviously played the game. I think pretty good for Philippe Clement and getting rotation in, and it's going to be a key week for a lot of players probably playing 90, and it could be over 90 minutes on Sunday, regardless of how it goes. But you've got guys like Lundstrom, Tavernier, Butland, guys that are SEMA playing 90 minutes every game, and guys that you can rely on. Good to see Goldson drop out and get a rest because he's going to be vital for what's coming up. But it was quite good for Clement actually using his squad. He gave Roof 20 minutes towards the end as well, which I mean you're going to need him for how long we'll have him for. Who knows? But we're going to need him while he's fit anyway. and Dujon Sterling, he came in. He replaced Cifuentes in the middle of the park. Rabbi Matondo and Cantwell obviously went off. And Sterling, he done. I mean, he's not sitting on the bench thinking I'm going to be playing centre mid in 20 minutes or anything, but he comes on. He didn't really look too natural in there, but he done the job for the team. That's all you can really ask for. I think the manager was kind of just experimenting we squad to see what he can do if any of those midfielders end up dropping out even further. But he had one that cannoned off the post as well in the end of the game. But it's going to give the manager a headache now. What do you do? Do you just rely on Cifuentes to play the two games, the cup final and the Betis game? Do you kind of rotate a wee bit? Do you bring in, as I've said to you before, I really do not see Ben Davies that much as a centre half. I think he's done good in Europe this season at the back, but I think his passing range, he's just more suited to playing in the midfield. That could be an option he maybe looks at, but I would imagine if Cifuentes is available for both games, he'll play. I'm still kind of holding out hope Ryan Jack will be available as well. I just don't understand how you can be injured for that long. I think he would do everything to be back for that game against Aberdeen, so we can kind of wait and see. But it was all about kind of just getting the job done in the second half. 3 points is 3 points, and it was also a very valuable 3 points with what happened on Sunday.
Well, a massive result on Sunday, Jack. A sensational result. And obviously a potential signing that we could be looking at maybe in the January window. I think that's something we've got to be looking at. Coming with this window coming up, we've got to be looking at maybe players closer to home to be bringing them in. But no, a massive result, and it's something that now gives you the belief that maybe something can happen. But these two games coming up are massive, as I say. Also, we know we'll have European football after Christmas, but which competition are we going to be in? And then obviously Sunday is just massive. And as you're saying, Ryan Jack, I mean, I'd be hoping the boy be doing everything to get back for the game, as you say. I don't get how you can be out for that long. And that is concerning there, obviously. But I mean, Sunday I'd hope maybe Ryan Jack maybe be on the bench or what have you, be back in the fold.
Nah,
But these two games are massive, mate. Massive games.
nah. I'm thinking as well with Ryan Jack. There's no way he's not on the bench at least on Sunday against
Aye.
Aberdeen in a cup final. He'll try and do everything to be back, and I hope he tries everything to do to be back for it because he's going to be vital if we want to win this game. So the fact that we're at this situation, we've got one midfielder really fit for a game. The other one's in question, jeopardy, whether his red card will get rescinded or not. It's a bit of a mess, and I think when I looked at I think when we both actually looked at the European list that Michael Beale put out early in the season, we seen I think he had four midfielders on the list. You just knew that wasn't going to be sustainable. Absolutely shocking that we were even in that position to begin with. Um, but we could obviously go on to Betis now. Last time we obviously beat them at Ibrox. Probably Michael Beale's biggest win as Rangers manager, to be honest with you. I thought Betis that game they showed a bit of quality, but I think they showed that they're beatable as well when you put a bit of pressure onto them. The winning goal either came from Abdullah Sima or Ben Davies that night. Can't figure out who scored that goal still, but obviously it was a good way to start off the group. Since then, it's just kind of been it's a bit stop start. We were good against Sparta Prague away to grind out a point. We were good at home to beat them. And then the Aris Limassol games have just been an absolute write off. So it comes down to the last game. We didn't want it to come down to this last game. What is your thoughts? Do you put everything into getting progression, winning this group, or do you kind of settle? We right, we'll try our best. If we finish second, we play a Champions League dropout. Obviously, that relies on the Sparta Prague game, or do you just take third and just go into the Conference League?
I think the position that we're in at the moment, I think you maybe just think yourself will probably just take third. I think obviously cup game's the most important game, but I mean, obviously you want to top, you always want to win, but I mean, with the options as you say, we're talking about in the middle of the park here and what we have, and it feels a better. It's just they're starting to get a lot of their better players back, and they obviously had a good result against Real Madrid in the weekend there. Sensational strike they get. But I mean they sort of went on a bit of a unbeaten run after we beat them, and then they lost to Sparta Prague. But I just think you go out there and you just give all you can give. I mean the main thing is obviously Sunday. But if you finish third or you finish second, you're just going to take it. I mean, there's no hang. We're still going to be in European competition after Christmas, as I say, and that was also the objective, and it's also been done. So
No.
that's my mindset at the moment for it. Obviously, I thought there's a chance to top the group. And after last Thursday, well, the last game on Thursday, I thought like we should have. There was a massive opportunity blown, but you'll just take what you can get now. I mean, I'd rather obviously win the game on Sunday, obviously, but you'll just second or third, I'll take it.
Nah, I think you just kind of go into this game and give it your all. Really, if we win the game, great, we're through in the Europa League. But I think it would suit us so much more if we were just to play Conference League football. To be honest with you, I think that's the minimum we can get as well. I don't think we can really be disappointed whatever way this game goes. To be honest, I think we're more disappointed at the Aris Limassol game at home. To be quite
Absolutely,
frank, that is the disappointing factor.
two games
Um,
against them.
Aye, aye, the two because I mean, if you win that game against them at Ibrox a couple of weeks ago, I mean, you just need a point out of this game, and you're topping the group. But we did it the Rangers way, and aye, I think it would. I don't think obviously it could be a great tie if we play somebody drop them out of the Champions League. I mean, it could be good, but I'm thinking a bit more of where can we progress, and I think Conference League is where we're at the moment. At that level, I think we can go and compete. So I'm pretty happy with sitting third, but they'll obviously want to win the game. If we do, the best thing can happen. We win the group. So looking at the team that will probably play this game, I can't see anything other than this. The only one is Davies Suter. As I said, I think Davies has played quite well in Europe. I would
But
be more aligned to having him and Goldson together, but.
it's got to be Davies simply for the corners, isn't it?
Nah, well, aye, that was that one game, aye.
Aye.
There was that
Oh,
one game he was on corners, but aye, I think McCausland comes back in. You've obviously got Matondo on the bench as well, a bit of pace in the second half. You've got Kamal Roof to obviously come on. I would imagine he'll come on for Dessers, maybe about 60-minute mark, and kind of just get everybody fresh and get everybody minutes going into this game on Sunday because I think we will need everybody in the squad for the game on Sunday. That's the only thing I'm thinking about. Um, we're going to need guys like Sterling, maybe even a return for Kieran Dowell in that game on the bench because of how light the midfield is. We're going to need everybody. So, getting minutes into legs here, obviously it's going to be a harsh climb out there. Betis are a good team. As you seen, Betis get a one each draw against Real Madrid in the league. They're sitting seventh. Just I always kind of picture Betis as a mid-table kind of side. They're not good enough to keep pushing like the teams like Real Madrid, Barca, Atletico, and stuff. Um, and I think obviously you watch more La Liga than I do. You say they're a team that you can be getting at, but they've obviously got that wee bit of quality in Isco and Iglesias up front who can put the ball in the net.
well, I mean, Perez and Joseph have been the main sort of players obviously going forward as well. But Isco is obviously the main guy. I mean, quality player. Sorry, you know what I mean. And just on the counter and stuff like that, they'll be a lot difficult. But I think obviously for them, this is a game they're going to go out there and they're just going to give it all. Do you know what I mean? For us, it's a case of I think we just, as you say, maybe just go there and just give everything we've got. But conference, I don't think conference would be bad at all. It's just risky, obviously, potentially run into a team like Aston Villa who are just sensational at the moment, flying. Um, but I know I don't think Betis will be all been decent. They're decent. They're a decent opposition, as I say, but they've just got one or two quality players. That's really about it. But it's just a game we go over there and you finish where you finish. As I say, Sunday's the main goal.
No, of course. And looking at the team that Betis obviously played, they're missing quite a few players still. Claudio Bravo's out, Guido Rodriguez is suspended, William Carvalho's injured, Fekir's injured, Mark Bartra's injured. So they're missing quite a lot of quality, to be honest, in their team. But it's Betis, it's Spanish
Oh,
football. They've got young guys to come in and take their positions. So I think it'll be a tough game out there, but it's definitely a game we can definitely take something for, take confidence for it, even if you don't obviously win the game. Going over there and obviously going toe to toe with Betis will set this team in a good stead going into Sunday, I believe.
absolutely. And as I say, you never know what can happen. I think of the couple of seasons, obviously, with the Leon game, we got a draw there. We sort of turned up with obviously not the best team, and we still get a thing with Scott Wright scored on that day. Hopefully, Scott Wright could score on Sunday. That'd be nice. If he's even there.
That's
But
the thing
hopefully,
we got right. Where is he? Like,
where
since
is
that game
I
at
know.
Hampden, he's just been missing. Is he in a cryo chamber,
I was about
freezing
to
up and
say,
getting defrosted,
aye,
waiting for this game Sunday?
getting the Captain America treatment for Sunday. Aye, that's what I'd be doing with him. But no, I think we just go over there and you just give everything you've got, as I say. Be nice to obviously for McCausland and stuff like that, give him minutes in big kind of games like this as well. So, aye, just give it your best, lads. That's all I would say, really.
Aye, we go over there on Thursday. But the
Watch us
main
win.
game,
Watch us win, by the way. Watch us go over there and win.
It'd be typical Rangers. Again, it'd be great. It'd be great if we done it.
Uh,
It'd be massive. But obviously the main game is going to be against Aberdeen this week. This is I can't put any words how massive this is for everybody. I mean, the fans have been craving the opportunity to go and compete for this cup again. We fell short so many times. Sorry, in the finals of this competition, we need to go and actually win it now. The fact that what could come with this cup win so early in the season, it's just such a psychological boost going into what we've saw. It could be cut to 2 points if we win our game in hand. Like that is huge for this team of players who I kind of wrote off very early on in this season. Well, right, we need major change, but these players have got a chance to really step up. They've got a chance to really step up and show why they're playing for Rangers, what it means to play for Rangers. We hear in interviews all the time that they want to win silverware. This is your time to go and deliver. It's against Aberdeen, who's it's going to be a tough game. Aberdeen will put absolutely everything into this game, but we need to go a level higher. We need to show why we're Rangers. We need to show why we win this game. And Sunday, the platform's there. It's just all about winning this game now.
but I'll be honest with you, I'm bricking it. I'm not going to fall in for the same hang way. I'm not going to build these players up. You know what I mean? The amount of times that we've done that in kind of games like this, and they have let us down. I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm nervous for it, but I'm hoping that we can turn up and, as you say, psychologically going into the rest of the season, it's massive, especially for the manager getting a bit of silverware in that early. That's massive, and obviously some of the players as well. It's going to be a massive game, obviously for us. But Aberdeen are going to turn up here and they're going to give everything that they've absolutely got to win this. So we, as you say, need to match that and be a hell of a lot better than we were the last time we played them. And I mean, if you win this, just kick yourself on for the rest of the season. You ain't get the start of what we've had so far. It could be massive, man. We have ruled the team out and probably said, nah, we're not going to do anything. This is a chance to maybe turn that around. And obviously, you look at the games where we thought last time that all right, that was a chance to just close the gap and all that kind of stuff. But these kind of games for trophies, man, you just got to turn up on the day and just play, and just keep Scott right the full 90 minutes, get him out that chamber, and just let the man do his business.
Nah, this is what's going to put you into the history books of a Rangers team that will hopefully get remembered. I mean, we look back at the teams that won the league and the teams that get to Europa League final. And we remember the players fondly, but the players that are still here need to keep backing that up. We've seen how you can win before. There's new players in the building. They need to be leaders now. We've seen far too many times how it's not happened for us with the same players consistently starting. But this feels like if you don't win this game, it's the last opportunity you're going to get being successful at the club. So it's going to be huge, especially with everyone kind of stacking against us. We obviously going and having to win on Thursday. No midfielders available. It's like, right, what do you do here? But so far, not knowing anything that's happening, obviously Cifuentes' appeals been put in.
That's
Looking
a
at the
joke,
team
innit?
before that, Cantwell would probably have to drop back into playing with Lundstrom if Cifuentes doesn't play, and Lammers would have to play. That's where we're at.
I'm not. I'm no. I'm so I almost. I thought you were bamming me up with Lammers and Dessers playing on Sunday.
That, that genuinely, that's where we're at.
I'm, I'm sorry. I'm playing Scott right ahead of him.
Ah,
I'd
but
have
Scott
Emerson.
Wright's not fit, so we can't.
Well, I mean, I don't care. I'm taking a half. I'm no. Get somebody for the stands in over him. I mean,
No,
if
no.
that's the option to left way, you're. Oh my God. I mean, you're just told me turn up and put in, man. I mean, who have we even got, man? We've generally getting named, didn't we? We've absolutely getting. This is a
As you're saying,
Lambert.
looking at the actual squad of players that we've got out injured, I'm still expecting Ryan Jack to be back for this game. So he'll probably start on the bench. You're looking at Cifuentes, who'll probably start the game, knowing that his thing's been appealed now. So Cantwell will drop into Lammer's position. But I mean, if that doesn't kind of take effect, like Cantwell will have to drop back
I'm not
into.
playing. I can't. No, in a cup final, I can't play Lammers. Maybe Dessers is a hangman. Do you know what I mean? If Bruce there, rotate that hang. I can't play Lammers in
The
this kind
the
of game.
only other thing I can really see happening is he plays McCausland in the middle and he plays Matondo out wide. That's the only thing I can really see
I'd do that.
happening.
I'm, anything but Sam Lammers starting this game or playing this game for me.
Nah,
I
no,
can't.
I'm fully on board with that as well. I don't want to see him playing the game at all. But I just feel that the options we've got now are so thin that there might be a chance
But I
he actually
mean,
starts a game.
this is what I'm on about when we had obviously the MGA and all that. But like you've got to at least look they bring a couple of options in. Look how bare the squad is for January, and this is a kind of I'd be playing McCausland in the middle, and I'd be playing Matondo. I mean, Dessers is Dessers. He's just obviously there to make up the numbers and all, but you know what I mean. You play him over. Aye, Lamer's no chance, man. I can't. I'm sorry, the guy's just a ghost on the park, man. I'd be playing McCausland and Matondo, man, and then if you've got Roof and all that kind of there on the bench and that, you're bringing them on. But it's a cup final, man. You just go out there and give everything you've got to win it, man. I really do think Sima, this is a kind of game where I mean I think he's going to step up again probably, but I mean you got to be looking to bring him in the door, regardless
Nah,
of obviously. But I mean, you just put the fear of hanging me in there. I was nervous for the game. Now I'm absolutely bricking it with the thought of like, Lammers and Dessers starting it. I
nah.
mean,
Well,
that's where we are. That is where we are. We are probably our Conference League team at the moment in time. I mean, my God. I mean, get the
nah.
checkbook out. I'm serious, man. You can't. You kidding me? Scott Wright better be. I honestly, he better be in a chamber and they better pull him out. Oh, no chance. No these two whatsoever, man.
Nah, I know it's not ideal. I think Dessers done himself no harm the other day. To be quite honest with you, I thought he had a good game overall. And it's going to be the case that he will start the game, but there's obviously question marks over the middle and the sort of front four, depending on who you actually take in and put out, who's going to be fit, who's going to be available. It's going to be an interesting team lineup when it comes out, but. Yeah, it's huge this week that Clement gets Everton right, that the players buy into Everton, and we leave next weekend with a cup under our belt. Um, I'm hoping so.
Just,
Sema, please step up again.
uh,
I seen obviously Rangers have had discussions about hopefully getting him permanently. The guy's an absolute machine for us, like,
mm.
on all fronts. Please Rangers just do it,
I'm
whatever it
just
takes.
I mean, whatever it takes, but I don't want obviously a situation that we had the last time with Tillman where, you know what I mean, we thought we were going to get it over and then he ends up going to where he ends up going to. But I mean, if it tells you you need players in January, do you know what I mean? Even if it's loans or what have you, I mean, some of these players, I mean, loans again. And then you're thinking
Aye.
about, you know what I mean? It's like we've got to be looking. I mean, I can't believe it. You would actually start Lammers, man. I'm actually bricking myself with the thought of Lammers starting that game.
Just the options. I personally wouldn't start
The
Lammers,
options
but
you've got,
there's
obviously. No, I know you personally wouldn't, but I mean, I would still rather just play the young lads through the middle and Matondo there, man.
probably would actually lean towards that. But
I'd
um,
say Ramos, you're the water boy. Do you know what I mean? Go and watch Adam Sandler's movie. You know what I mean? Study that. That's you, boy. Uh,
obviously, as you mentioned, the squad's going to need recruitment. Obviously, we're probably going to be doing a video of who we would sign. I think a lot
mm,
of my players are going to come for in
Both
and
for the
around
league.
the Scottish League. To be honest with you, I think I've watched so many games this season where either it be games that are on the telly, highlights, Rangers games, Celtic games, whatever. And I've seen players really step up and give us a tough time. Danny Armstrong yesterday, absolutely outstanding. Every time he plays Rangers or Celtic, anytime I see him play, I'm like, right, this guy's got a bit about him. So I'd be having a look at him. Lon Shanklin's obviously a given. We're going to be having a look at him, you hope. Um, Dundee as well. He didn't play at the weekend. Owen Beck, left wing back on loan for Liverpool. He's been brilliant for Dundee this season. Another one to have a look at is Mika Biereth at Motherwell. Scores all the time. Digs Motherwell out of some situations. 20-year-old Danish on loan for Arsenal. There's plenty of good talent in this league that we can't keep screwing our nose up at anymore. The reality
No.
is that we probably can't go out and spend the money that we did on Dessers and Lammers, and you show what you're getting your money for.
Uh,
Maybe go and take a punt on a couple of guys for our league. It's going to be low risk. They're obviously at a good age, and we'll see where we are. Obviously, bring in quality from elsewhere as well. I would love for us to be scouting the whole globe to find talent, but we can't keep screwing our nose up at what's in front of
no,
us in the country.
no, that's the reality of the situation that we're in at the moment. And I think for this window, it's the perfect time to look at the league and say, right, who are the players that are stepping up and looking like they could come play for us? And obviously, you've mentioned a couple there. I think for me, obviously, I'm looking at a boy and I'm thinking, just bring him home, even if it's just a loan. I'm looking at Joe Rebo and I feel so sorry for the boy, even though he chose the money. I get it. You know what I mean? Shane O'Mac, but I mean, just I mean, alone to the end of the season when they ball and with Jordy. But we definitely, I think the middle of the park's where we're really going to be looking at as well. Obviously, we're looking at striker and obviously the right wing position. I mean, since Candace, we've talked about it. Nobody's really replaced him. But I think just middle of the park wise, I mean, we're just falling apart every time. So that for me is a place where we have to be definitely looking to bring players in.
Nah, nah. I thought we looked very light in there going into the season, to be honest with you. We never kind of strengthened. So, aye, that will be obviously in time. We'll look at signings and stuff. The main thing is just the players that are available, just get the job done, please. Make us happy as Rangers fans. But aye, hopefully we're back next week with a smile on our face, talking about over the game, and then looking ahead. I think we're playing in the league on Wednesday that week.
Wednesday,
I think that's our game in
Ross
hand against
County,
St Johnstone. So
Johnston, yeah.
aye, so we'll see how that goes. But aye, until then, if you could like, subscribe, and share.
Mm.